Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me today on the channel as we talk about one of my absolute favorite modern sets. Certainly my favorite set released in the last 2 years, and that is Topps Gilded Collection. Now, I've shown these before on the channel, but today we're gonna have an entire episode dedicated to this amazing release. Really wanna commend Topps for the job that they've done with this. What is Topps Gilded Collection? So you've seen me pull some of the cards from my cheese box and other rummages on the channel. This is what some of them look like anyway. We're going to get into that in more detail. But essentially, this is an ultra or a very high-end product from Topps. The suggested retail price for the first set that came out in 2022 was like $319.99 or something like that for a hobby box that has just 5 cards in it. 3 non-autos and 2 autos. And obviously the autographs, and the hunting of big hits is what drives that price up, just like it would with any product. And I mean, there's like Babe Ruth cut autographs you can pull. I mean, it's a very like elite release that I would normally not play with at all or play in that end of the pool. But I love the base cards. So Topps, when they put this out in 2022, this is from their own press release. They described this as, and I quote, "Elegance and class reign supreme in this all-new premium product, 2022 Topps Gilded Collection Baseball, as the game's royalty of the past and present get to shine with a beautiful arrangement of golden flourishes." So a little bit over the top there from Topps. These are baseball cards after all. However, I don't think they overstated it that much because they look absolutely gorgeous. And I'm a huge fan of this set. So, as I said, 5 cards in a box. 2 of them are autos. So you're only pulling 3 non-autographed cards out of a hobby box for north of $300. So how does it work? There's 150 cards on the standard checklist. And we're going to start looking at some examples as we talk through this. And out of those 150 cards, the base cards look like this. This is a base card here of the kid, Ken Griffey Jr., from that 2022 release, the first of 2 and counting Topps Gilded Collection products. And what's amazing, and others have talked about this, I've mentioned it as well, but again, I really wanted to dedicate an entire episode to this set. The base cards that you see here are numbered to 99. In the upper right, I've copied 29 of 99 here. So 99 base cards. And then in addition to that, you had only a couple of types of parallels. And I don't have all of them to show here. There's really only a couple versions of these that I go after. But aside from the 99 base, you have these, which are known as mini diamond. These are my personal favorite. These are numbered to 50. And then you had a 25, numbered to 25 parallel that's called, I think, Ray Wave. And then a 10 out of 10 parallel called Lava, and then a 1 of 1, like a superfractor, because these are Topps Chrome cards. So if you do the math and add that up, for Ken Griffey Jr., for example, or Bob Gibson or Carlton Fisk here, in 2022, there were only 185 copies of Ken Griffey Jr. in Topps Chrome Gilded across every parallel and base cards, all the way down to the 1 of 1. And to me, that is amazing. I mean, I consider cards numbered under 200 to be relatively tough as time goes by. And in this case, all versions of this card combined, every 2022 Ken Griffey Jr. Topps Gilded Collection card that exists, the sum total of those amounts to just 185. And I think that level of, I'm definitely not going to call it rarity at all, but scarcity in a modern product is just crazy, especially a product that just looks this amazing. I just can't say enough good things about these cards. Now, in addition to that scheme that I just mentioned, here's another one. There's also 10 rookie cards that are card number 151 through 160. And these are known as, there's a different title for these. I believe they're called Cast in Gold rookie cards, even though it doesn't say that on the flip. And you can tell because the card number is going to be above 150 and the player is going to be done in like a gold or like sepia tone compared to, the standard photo of the player on a base card. Now these 10 rookies are actually numbered to 199. I've shown this Bobby Witt Jr. recently. So they're an exception to the rule. But the 150 normal cards on the checklist, all parallels, including 1 of 1, total just 185 copies in existence. Here is the mini diamond Ken Griffey Jr. to go with the base card. Really, really fortunate to have both of those. I love Griffey, and he's not a cheap guy to collect. He's got a lot of collectors out there with deep pockets, but I do have the base card out of 99 and the mini diamond out of 50 of the kid. And these are cards that I've shown before on the channel, but I've never grouped them all together like this. So I figured I would just add some more into this video here. Again, I've looked at this one before. The mini diamond out of 50 are my favorite. Here's a Mike Trout. And one of the reasons they are my favorite, they remind me very much of my all-time favorite Topps flagship parallel, which in 2011 was the Cognac Diamond Anniversary. So these are almost like a cousin in my mind to these Cognac Diamond Anniversaries from 2011, except that they are much more scarce. There are far greater than 185 copies of any one Cognac parallel from 2011, whereas in 2022 with Gilded Collection, that is not the case. Just 185 and that's it. So great Mike Trout there. I love the throwback to the Cognac cards. And, you know, what's cool about these, as I said, is the scarcity. So, you know, a friend of mine in the hobby, Eric, at those back pages, he's used a term I've heard before that I love, parallel fatigue. I love parallels as much as anyone else. If you've stopped by the channel here with, you know, really any frequency at all, you've seen a ton of parallels, a plethora of modern parallels. They're just a ton of fun to collect. But I'll be the first to admit that it's gotten a little bit out of hand in recent years. And, you know, for example, in 2022, the year that Topps launched the Gilded release, you know, you had your base cards and you had your gold parallel that's been around for over 20 years now, serial numbered to 2022. But then Topps gives you, you know, gold foil as well. And then you get into numbered foil cards. They've done these green foil boards out of $4.99 and orange foil boards out of $2.99 and red foil boards out of $1.99. And then you have your long-standing paper parallels like Independence Day out of 76 or Topps Black, you know, which is always numbered under 100 as well. And then that's just the base set, including the millions and millions of copies of base cards that are printed up as well. And that's before you even get into, you know, Topps Chrome and the different colored and numbered refractors that exist in that. And then Topps does online releases like Topps 3D. And so at the end of the day, you know, any one player, if you look at their 2022 Topps flagship card, there's millions probably of them out there if you count the base card. And even if you count parallels only, there's still thousands and thousands of parallels out there. I mean, Topps Gold alone in 2022 is numbered to 2022. So these Gilded cards are just so much more scarce. They really have that amazing high-end feel. And I just love that there are so few of them out there. The checklist is littered with, you know, veterans and stars. So the way they break out those 150 cards, they do it in 3 groups of 3. 50 veterans, mostly all Hall of Famers, 50 legends, mostly all Hall of Famers, 50 veterans, guys like Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani and Ronald Acuna Jr., Juan Soto, those type of players, and then 50 rookies. And that comprises cards 1 through 150 on the checklist. Moving on, I've got a couple more to show, and then I want to talk some more about just why I love these cards so much. So how did I find out about this set to begin with? I saw this card right here, the 2022 Satchel Paige, on the channel of my hobby buddy Jason over at Contrarian Cards. This was sometime last year, and this was a rare case for me where I saw a card on a YouTube channel and realized just immediately that I had to go get a copy. So this is the mini diamond to 50. Really happy to be one of the 50 owners of this. Love that Satchel Paige is included in the set. And as soon as I learned about that card on Jason's channel, began researching the set a little bit more, watched a couple more videos on it, and I just fell in love with this release. As you can tell, based on the spread that's up here, this is probably the #1 thing that has distracted me from completing my 50 for 2023 project this year of 50 singles that I'd picked out. But Couple more here, and then I want to talk about the 2023 release that just came out. So I have this graded Honus Wagner here. This is a base card as well, like the Griffey that we looked at in the beginning. So this is numbered out of 99 and one of 185 total copies that exist across all parallels. And then this one I showed only recently, so I'll keep it brief, the Hank Aaron Mini Diamond to 50. So just amazing cards. Now, Topps brought the set back in 2023 for a second run, and it's basically the same exact format. 5 cards in a box, north of $300, 2 autos, 3 non-autos. The base cards, here's the only one that I have so far, Satchel Paige, are numbered out of 99 again. Same as the first year, except I think they're actually done, on the front now. So here's copy 10 of 99, you can see in the lower right. So they kept that format the same. They also have the Mini Diamond. My favorite has returned for the second year, and here's the satchel of that as well. That is a stunning Satchel Paige card, numbered to 50, just incredible. And really grateful to have the duo, the 2022 and the 2023 Mini Diamond Satchel Paige, just awesome. And they also have the same numbered out of 25, numbered out of 10, and 1 of 1 parallels that they had the first year. Now, the one difference is, Topps being Topps, they did add another parallel in for the second year of the set, which is numbered to 75 and is like a wave refractor. So now you have more like 260 copies of each total card out there versus 185 in the first set, but still pretty limited. Of course, the first set is always going to be more desirable. That just seems to be the case in our hobby. But one last thing I want to say that I think is particularly cool about the 2023 release. One of the reasons I love this set, in addition to everything else that I've talked about here today, is that it's an opportunity to get legends of the game and Hall of Famers from decades past on the current year's flagship design. So this is, obviously this is chromed up and shiny and everything else, but at the end of the day, this is the 2023 Topps flagship design. And for a long time, I'm going to bring out a couple of examples here. There were other ways to get these retired greats on the flagship design. Namely, this program here, which started in 2009, which was these retired legends short prints that you could pull out of the paper flagship product. 2009, like the Ciaz here, is the first year that they did these. Back then especially, they were very difficult to pull. They became a little bit easier as the years went on, but still pretty desirable cards. I know quite a few people that collect these, myself included, and I loved that I could have like David Ortiz on the 2009 Topps design, and then right next to him in my box or binder, I can have Yaz. I just thought that was amazing. So I have quite a few of these. It's a video for another day. But my point in bringing them up is that program ran continuously from 2009 through 2022. Here's a 2022 Topps update. And this was it. So they announced Topps going into 2023 that they were no longer going to have the retired legend short prints in the flagship and update sets any longer. So that, 14-year run came to an end, or 13-year run, whatever it was. From 2009 through 2022, and we can no longer get these cards out of flagship and update. So to me, that makes these 2023s even cooler, because if I want to search for a Satchel Paige on the 2023 Topps design, for example, as far as I know, this is it. Last year in 2022, sure, I could get this card, but I could also get just the paper version of this, which I do have, should have dragged it out for today's video. As well. And that was the case for, a decade and a half prior. But now in 2023, as far as I know, and somebody maybe can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I'm sure they will, I think this is the one and only way to get retired legends on the current year's flagship design. And they just look gorgeous to boot. Look at the ornate detail in the border of this card. And then something they've added this year is inside the border, the upper corners, and you can see this best on the base cards, numbered out of 99, but look at that, just intricate foil work. These are incredibly high-end cards, absolutely beautiful, and I thought they were so interesting that they were worthy of their own episode. here on the channel just to pay tribute to this gorgeous, gorgeous set. So Topps Gilded Collection, great job by Topps. Absolutely love these. I almost didn't even want to put this video out because I'm still hunting more of these, but highly encourage you, whether it's an active player, a veteran, or a fan favorite that played for your team in the past, I would go out and try to find a couple of these cards while you can get them. I think with, as with anything numbered this low, if you're into modern, you probably already know, as the years go by, they just dry up. They go into private collections like the ones that you've seen here. I have no intention of selling any of these cards for the foreseeable future. And in fact, I'm trying to vacuum up more of them. So yeah, if you're interested in this, if you love shiny cards, if you enjoyed maybe the 2011 Topps Cognac parallels or whatever the case, if anything that I've said in this video has appealed to you, I would recommend getting on eBay. If you're looking for people that aren't Ken Griffey Jr. and Mike Trout, and you just want to find, some common players or more affordable players, you can get these very, very cheap. This Carlton Fist that I showed recently is the mini diamond numbered to 50, and it cost me all of like $5. So with some patience and looking around, you can do pretty well for yourself. And I just, again, think this set is absolutely gorgeous. So that's a wrap. I can't believe I've gone on for 16 plus minutes about a modern shiny baseball card set, but hopefully my passion for this release has come through. Certainly appreciate your valuable time and you stopping by the channel. And as you know, I'll be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Till then, enjoy the hobby, everybody. See ya.